After 60, testosterone is your vitality fuel. Yet three common vegetables, rich in phytoestrogens, anti-androgenic compounds, and thyroid-slowing agents, can drain it fast. Avoid them in excess, swap for testosterone-friendly greens, and protect muscle, energy, and mood. Small dietary changes today can keep your masculinity strong for years. Testosterone plays a central role in the health and vitality of men, and its importance becomes even more pronounced after the age of 60. Often referred to as the life force hormone, testosterone influences far more than muscle size or libido. It impacts mood, cognitive sharpness, bone density, energy levels, and even heart health. As men age, natural testosterone levels begin to decline gradually, starting around the mid-30s and accelerating with each passing decade. By the time a man reaches 60, his testosterone can be significantly lower than in his youth. While this decline is a natural part of aging, the effects it has on daily life can be profound. One of the most noticeable impacts is on muscle mass and strength. Testosterone is a critical driver of protein synthesis, the process by which muscles repair and grow. Without sufficient levels, men experience muscle loss, a condition known as sarcopenia, which makes everyday activities more difficult and increases the risk of falls and injuries. This muscle decline is not merely a matter of appearance. It directly influences independence and quality of life. Maintaining adequate testosterone levels helps preserve physical capability, allowing older men to stay active, mobile, and engaged. Bone health is another area where testosterone plays a vital role. Low testosterone contributes to decreased bone density, which can lead to osteoporosis and a higher risk of fractures. Strong bones are the silent foundation of mobility, and keeping testosterone at healthy levels supports the skeletal system, ensuring that bones remain resilient and less prone to breaks. Beyond the physical, testosterone has a significant influence on mental and emotional well-being. Studies have shown that men with optimal testosterone levels tend to have sharper memory, quicker thinking, and greater mental clarity. Low levels, on the other hand, are linked to brain fog, difficulty concentrating, and even a higher risk of depression. For men over 60, this cognitive edge can be the difference between thriving and merely getting by. Testosterone also supports heart health. It helps regulate cholesterol levels, promotes healthy blood flow, and can even improve the function of the heart muscle itself. Men with extremely low testosterone often experience higher risks of cardiovascular problems. Therefore, supporting testosterone is not just about feeling stronger, it's about protecting one of the body's most vital organs. Energy and motivation are deeply tied to testosterone levels. When testosterone drops, fatigue often sets in, making it harder to stay active, maintain a healthy weight, and engage in enjoyable activities. This creates a vicious cycle. Less activity leads to lower testosterone, which in turn leads to even less activity. Breaking this cycle means recognizing testosterone as a key factor in maintaining vitality after 60. Finally, testosterone supports a healthy metabolism. It helps the body burn fat more efficiently, preventing the slow weight gain that often creeps in with age. Excess body fat, particularly around the abdomen, not only impacts appearance, but also contributes to hormonal imbalance, further suppressing testosterone. In short, for men over 60, testosterone is far more than a male hormone. It is a cornerstone of health, vitality, and independence. Protecting it means protecting the ability to live fully and age with strength. The decline of testosterone is a natural biological process, but the rate at which it happens can vary greatly from one man to another. On average, testosterone levels start to decrease by about 1% per year after the age of 30. By the time a man reaches 60, this gradual reduction can already be significant. This natural decline is influenced by genetics and the aging process itself, but lifestyle factors can accelerate it dramatically, sometimes causing men to experience low testosterone symptoms years earlier than expected. When testosterone declines naturally, the body adapts slowly. Men may notice subtle changes in energy, mood, and muscle mass over time, but these shifts are gradual enough that the body has a chance to adjust. However, when lifestyle choices accelerate this process, the effects can be much more noticeable and harder to manage. Poor diet, lack of exercise, chronic stress, and inadequate sleep are some of the most common factors that speed up testosterone loss. These elements can disrupt the delicate balance of the endocrine system, leading to hormone imbalances that go beyond what is considered normal aging. Diet plays a central role in either supporting or sabotaging testosterone levels. Consuming excessive processed foods, refined sugars, and unhealthy fats contributes to weight gain, particularly around the abdomen. This visceral fat not only disrupts insulin sensitivity, but also increases the production of estrogen in men, further reducing testosterone levels. In contrast, a diet rich in lean proteins, healthy fats, and nutrient-dense vegetables can help slow the decline and support healthy hormone production. Physical activity, or the lack of it, is another key factor. Regular resistance training and high-intensity exercise stimulate testosterone production, improve muscle mass, and help maintain a healthy metabolism. On the other hand, a sedentary lifestyle sends signals to the body that strength and vitality are no longer priorities, leading to faster muscle loss and a more pronounced drop in testosterone. Even moderate but consistent activity can make a significant difference in preserving hormone levels. Chronic stress is perhaps one of the most underestimated accelerators of testosterone decline. When the body is under constant stress, it produces high levels of cortisol, the stress hormone. Cortisol and testosterone have an inverse relationship. When cortisol levels are high for extended periods, testosterone production suffers. Modern life often exposes men to ongoing stress without enough recovery, making stress management a crucial part of hormone health. Sleep quality is equally important. Testosterone is primarily produced during deep sleep, especially in the early hours of the morning. Poor or insufficient sleep can drastically reduce daily testosterone output. Sleep deprivation also raises cortisol levels and affects other hormones that influence mood, appetite, and metabolism, compounding the problem further. While aging will inevitably bring a gradual decline in testosterone, lifestyle choices determine whether that decline is manageable or accelerated. By focusing on nutrition, exercise, stress control, and sleep, men can slow the loss of testosterone, maintain vitality longer, and avoid the rapid hormonal decline that comes from neglecting these essential habits. For decades, the common belief has been that all vegetables are universally good for health, offering nothing but benefits for the body. While it is true that vegetables are an essential part of a balanced diet, loaded with vitamins, minerals, fiber, and antioxidants, not all vegetables are ideal for every individual in every stage of life. For men over 60, this misconception can be especially misleading when it comes to maintaining healthy testosterone levels. Some vegetables, despite their many nutritional benefits, contain compounds that may interfere with hormone balance and contribute to faster testosterone decline when consumed in excess. The first misconception lies in the assumption that plant-based compounds are always harmless or universally beneficial. Many vegetables contain phytoestrogens, plant-derived compounds that mimic estrogen in the body. While these can be beneficial in some cases, particularly for women during menopause, they can work against testosterone levels in men by tipping the hormonal balance toward estrogen dominance. Over time, this can reduce energy, strength, and even mental clarity. Another overlooked aspect is the presence of anti-androgenic compounds in certain vegetables. These naturally occurring chemicals can interfere with androgen receptors, which are responsible for binding testosterone and allowing it to exert its effects in the body. When these receptors are blocked or impaired, testosterone, even if present in normal amounts, cannot function as effectively. This means that despite healthy production, the body might still experience symptoms of low testosterone simply because the hormone's activity is being hindered. Cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage are often praised for their cancer-fighting properties, and rightly so. However, in excessive amounts, they contain goitrogens, substances that can interfere with thyroid function. The thyroid plays a key role in regulating metabolism and energy levels, and when its function is compromised, it can indirectly lead to lower testosterone production. This does not mean these vegetables should be eliminated entirely, but men over 60 should be mindful of portion sizes and overall balance in their diet. Cooking methods also influence how these compounds affect the body. Some harmful effects can be reduced through steaming, boiling, or fermenting, while others remain relatively unchanged. This is another layer of complexity that often gets overlooked when people assume all vegetables are equally safe in all forms and quantities. The marketing of plant-based diets has also contributed to the vegetable misconception. While an abundance of plant foods can be beneficial, failing to consider the hormonal effects of certain vegetables for older men can lead to unintended consequences. It's not about labeling these vegetables as bad, but rather about recognizing that health is not one size fits all. Men in their 60s have different hormonal needs compared to younger men or women, and their diets should reflect that difference. Understanding that some vegetables can work against testosterone does not diminish their nutritional value in other ways. The key lies in moderation, variety, and knowing which vegetables to limit, especially when hormone health is a priority. By breaking free from the myth that all vegetables are universally beneficial in all contexts, men can make more informed choices that protect both their overall health and their testosterone levels. One of the most overlooked threats to testosterone health in men over 60 comes from vegetables that are high in phytoestrogens. Phytoestrogens are naturally occurring plant compounds that mimic the effects of estrogen in the body. While they are not identical to human estrogen, their structure is similar enough to bind to estrogen receptors and influence hormonal activity. For women, especially during menopause, phytoestrogens can sometimes help balance hormone levels and reduce symptoms. However, for older men, excessive intake of these compounds can disrupt the delicate balance between testosterone and estrogen, gradually tipping it in the wrong direction. A prime example of a phytoestrogen-rich vegetable is soy and its various forms, including edamame, soybeans, and certain soy-based sprouts. While technically a legume, soy is often grouped with vegetables in diet plans, and it is widely consumed in plant-based dishes. Soy contains isoflavones, a specific type of phytoestrogen that can compete with testosterone at the hormonal level. Over time, this competition can lead to reduced testosterone activity, diminished energy, and subtle but noticeable changes in body composition, such as increased fat storage and decreased muscle tone. The challenge for men over 60 is that their natural testosterone levels are already on the decline due to aging. Introducing large amounts of phytoestrogens into the diet can accelerate this process, making it harder to maintain strength, vitality, and mental sharpness. While small amounts of soy or similar vegetables may not cause harm, regular or high intake can create a hormonal imbalance that becomes increasingly difficult to reverse without dietary changes. Beyond soy, other vegetables and legumes can also be significant sources of phytoestrogens. For example, certain beans, chickpeas, and lentils contain measurable amounts of these compounds. Even some seeds and sprouts, such as alfalfa sprouts, fall into this category. The common thread is that these plant foods, while nutrient-rich in many respects, may work against testosterone preservation when consumed in high quantities by older men. Another layer to this issue is the way phytoestrogens influence the brain's hormone-regulating centers. The hypothalamus and pituitary gland monitor hormone levels and signal the testes to produce testosterone. When phytoestrogens bind to estrogen receptors in these brain regions, they can send misleading signals that testosterone production should slow down. This indirect suppression adds to the direct competition phytoestrogens cause at the receptor level. It's important to remember that the problem is not the complete elimination of phytoestrogen-containing vegetables, but rather the moderation of them. Including them occasionally and in small portions may not cause significant harm, especially if the rest of the diet is testosterone-friendly. The real risk comes from daily or excessive intake without awareness of their hormonal impact. For men over 60 striving to maintain strength, energy, and sharp thinking, limiting high phytoestrogen vegetables can be a key part of a hormone-conscious diet. By replacing them with vegetables that support testosterone, such as leafy greens, bell peppers, and cruciferous vegetables in moderate amounts, men can protect their hormonal balance while still enjoying a nutrient-rich diet that supports overall health and longevity. Some vegetables, despite being nutrient-dense and beneficial in many ways, contain anti-androgenic compounds that can work directly against testosterone function. Anti-androgenic compounds are substances that block or interfere with the action of androgens, the group of hormones that includes testosterone. Even if the body is producing adequate testosterone, these compounds can reduce its effectiveness by preventing it from binding to androgen receptors, the docking stations that allow testosterone to exert its influence on muscle growth, energy production, mental focus, and sexual health. For men over 60 whose testosterone levels are already in a natural state of decline, this interference can magnify the symptoms of low testosterone and reduce quality of life. One well-known example of a vegetable with anti-androgenic properties is mint, specifically spearmint and peppermint. While mint is often considered refreshing and beneficial for digestion, studies have shown that its compounds can reduce free testosterone levels by binding to androgen receptors or influencing hormone-regulating pathways. In high or frequent doses, this can make testosterone less available to the body's tissues, leading to reduced muscle maintenance, lower motivation, and a slower metabolism. Though mint is not consumed in large vegetable-like portions, it is a reminder that even herbs and plants can subtly influence hormones when used regularly. In the realm of traditional vegetables, certain root vegetables like licorice root, often used as a flavoring or herbal tea ingredient, also contain strong anti-androgenic compounds. These compounds can disrupt the balance between testosterone and cortisol, as well as directly reduce the availability of active testosterone. While licorice is not a daily staple for most people, its hormonal effects demonstrate how plant-based foods can unexpectedly affect androgen function. Another group of vegetables that can indirectly act in an anti-androgenic way includes those high in specific plant flavonoids that compete for receptor sites. While these flavonoids often have antioxidant benefits, they can, in high concentrations, impair testosterone signaling. This is particularly concerning for men over 60, as weaker testosterone signaling means that even normal levels of the hormone will not deliver the same physical and cognitive benefits they once did. The challenge here is that the anti-androgenic effect does not necessarily come with immediate obvious symptoms. Instead, the impact is cumulative. Muscle tone gradually diminishes, recovery after exercise slows, energy levels drop, and libido may decline over time. Men may attribute these changes solely to aging without realizing that certain vegetables in their diet are quietly contributing to the problem. Moderation, once again, is the key. Small amounts of anti-androgenic vegetables or herbs are unlikely to cause harm, but regular high intake, especially alongside other testosterone-lowering dietary habits, can push hormone balance in the wrong direction. For men over 60 who want to protect their testosterone activity, it is wise to limit vegetables and herbs known to block androgen receptors and instead prioritize foods that enhance testosterone signaling, such as those rich in zinc, magnesium, and healthy fats. This approach ensures that the testosterone already present in the body is working at its full potential, supporting strength, energy, and overall vitality well into the later years of life. Some vegetables, while often praised for their nutrient density, can have a significant impact on thyroid function when consumed in large amounts, and this can indirectly lower testosterone levels, especially in men over 60. The thyroid gland, located at the base of the neck, is responsible for producing hormones that regulate metabolism, energy levels, and many other bodily functions. When thyroid function slows down, a condition known as hypothyroidism can develop. This slowdown can send a chain reaction through the endocrine system, affecting the pituitary gland signals and ultimately reducing testosterone production. Cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, and kale are the most common examples linked to this effect. These vegetables contain compounds called goitrogens, which can interfere with the thyroid's ability to absorb iodine, a mineral essential for producing thyroid hormones. Without adequate thyroid hormone output, metabolism slows, fatigue increases, and the body's hormonal balance shifts in a way that often leads to lower testosterone levels. For men over 60 who already experience a natural decline in testosterone, the added hormonal stress caused by reduced thyroid function can accelerate symptoms like low energy, weight gain, and reduced muscle mass. Goitrogens are not inherently harmful in small amounts, and cruciferous vegetables are rich in vitamins, fiber, and cancer-fighting compounds. The problem arises when these vegetables are consumed in excessive quantities, especially raw. Raw cruciferous vegetables contain higher concentrations of goitrogenic substances, which bind to iodine and disrupt its availability for hormone production. Cooking can significantly reduce the goitrogen content, making them less likely to interfere with thyroid health. Steaming, boiling, or lightly sautéing these vegetables can help retain their benefits while minimizing their potential impact on the thyroid. For men over 60, the connection between thyroid function and testosterone health is especially important. The thyroid and the testes are both part of the interconnected endocrine system. When the thyroid slows down, it sends signals to the brain indicating a reduced need for energy and growth processes. The brain, in turn, may lower its signals to the testes to produce testosterone. This indirect suppression can lead to many of the symptoms associated with low testosterone, such as decreased muscle strength, brain fog, mood swings, and reduced stamina, even if the testes themselves are still capable of producing the hormone. Another concern is that low thyroid function can cause weight gain, particularly around the midsection. Excess abdominal fat increases the production of aromatase, an enzyme that converts testosterone into estrogen. This creates a double blow: less testosterone production from thyroid-related slowdown and more testosterone being converted into estrogen by body fat. Over time, this can significantly alter a man's hormonal profile, leaving him with more estrogen and less testosterone than is optimal for his health and vitality. Moderation and preparation are the key solutions. Including cruciferous vegetables in the diet a few times a week, especially cooked, can provide their many health benefits without compromising thyroid health. By being mindful of portion sizes and cooking methods, men over 60 can protect both their thyroid and testosterone levels, maintaining a better balance for overall health and longevity. For men over 60 who want to protect their testosterone while still enjoying the benefits of vegetables, the focus should shift toward those that actively support hormone balance rather than disrupt it. The key is to choose vegetables rich in vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that enhance testosterone production, improve circulation, and support overall metabolic health without containing high levels of phytoestrogens, anti-androgenic compounds, or excessive goitrogens. These alternatives not only protect testosterone levels, but also contribute to heart health, brain function, and sustained energy, qualities that become even more important with age. Leafy greens such as spinach, Swiss chard, and beet greens are excellent choices. They are high in magnesium, a mineral that has been linked in studies to higher free testosterone levels. Magnesium helps reduce inflammation, supports muscle function, and enhances blood flow, all of which contribute to better hormonal balance. These greens also contain nitrates, which can improve vascular health by promoting nitric oxide production, allowing for better nutrient delivery throughout the body. For older men, this improved circulation supports both physical performance and cognitive function. Bell peppers, especially the red and yellow varieties, are another great option. They are rich in vitamin C, which helps lower cortisol levels. Since cortisol and testosterone work in opposition, when one rises, the other tends to drop, keeping cortisol in check through diet can help preserve testosterone. Vitamin C also plays a role in collagen production, supporting joint and skin health, and it strengthens the immune system, which is especially beneficial as the body's defenses naturally weaken with age. Asparagus is another vegetable worth including regularly. It is a natural source of folate, vitamin E, and potassium, all of which contribute to better reproductive and hormonal health. Vitamin E, in particular, has antioxidant properties that protect testosterone-producing cells from oxidative damage. Asparagus also contains compounds that can help detoxify the body, reducing the burden on the liver, which plays a role in regulating hormone metabolism. Avocado, while technically a fruit, is often treated like a vegetable in meals and is rich in healthy fats, particularly monounsaturated fats, which are essential for hormone production. Testosterone is synthesized from cholesterol, so healthy fat intake is crucial for maintaining optimal levels. Avocado also provides potassium and vitamin B6, nutrients that support overall energy metabolism and stress regulation. Zucchini and cucumbers are light, hydrating vegetables that support metabolic health without introducing hormonal disruptors. They provide hydration, fiber, and antioxidants while being low in calories, which helps maintain a healthy weight, important because excess body fat can accelerate testosterone decline. Incorporating these vegetables into daily meals provides a strong nutritional foundation for maintaining testosterone levels. They can be steamed, roasted, or eaten raw, allowing for variety and flavor while still protecting hormonal balance. The goal is not to avoid all vegetables with potential hormonal effects, but to emphasize those that nourish the body without undermining testosterone. By prioritizing these nutrient-rich, testosterone-friendly options, men over 60 can enjoy the health benefits of vegetables while supporting their strength, energy, and overall vitality. For men over 60, maintaining testosterone is not just about avoiding certain foods, it's about building a daily routine that actively supports hormonal health. An effective action plan combines smart nutrition, targeted exercise, quality sleep, and stress management into a lifestyle that works with the body's natural rhythms. While aging naturally lowers testosterone, the right habits can slow this decline and even optimize levels well into later years. The first step is dietary awareness. Limit or avoid vegetables known to harm testosterone, such as those high in phytoestrogens, anti-androgenic compounds, or goitrogens in large raw quantities. Replace them with testosterone-friendly vegetables like spinach, bell peppers, asparagus, and zucchini. Include foods rich in healthy fats, avocado, olive oil, fatty fish, and nuts, to provide the cholesterol needed for testosterone synthesis. Prioritize lean protein sources, such as eggs, poultry, and grass-fed beef, to preserve muscle mass and support recovery. Maintain balanced blood sugar by limiting refined sugars and processed carbs, as fluctuating insulin levels can suppress testosterone production. Exercise is equally essential. Strength training should be performed at least 2 to 3 times per week, focusing on compound movements like squats, deadlifts, bench presses, and pull-ups. These exercises engage multiple muscle groups, stimulating greater testosterone release. Incorporate short bursts of high-intensity interval training, HIIT, once or twice a week to boost metabolism and cardiovascular health without excessive stress on the joints. Daily low-intensity activities such as walking, swimming, or cycling can keep the body active without causing overtraining, which can actually reduce testosterone. Sleep is a critical pillar of the plan. Testosterone production peaks during deep sleep, especially in the early morning hours. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of uninterrupted rest each night. Establish a consistent bedtime routine by avoiding screens at least an hour before bed, keeping the bedroom cool and dark, and limiting caffeine after midday. If sleep quality is poor, address possible causes such as sleep apnea, which is common in older men and can severely impact hormone production. Stress management cannot be overlooked. Chronic stress elevates cortisol levels, which directly suppress testosterone. Incorporating daily relaxation practices such as deep breathing exercises, meditation, light stretching, or spending time in nature can help keep cortisol in check. Social engagement and enjoyable hobbies also play a role in mental well-being, which indirectly supports hormonal health. Regular health monitoring is another vital component. Get testosterone levels checked periodically, along with thyroid function, vitamin D levels, and metabolic markers. Deficiencies in vitamin D and zinc, for example, are common in older men and can contribute to low testosterone. Supplementing when necessary, under medical guidance, can make a significant difference. Lastly, hydration and moderation are key. Drink enough water to support metabolic processes and avoid excessive alcohol, which can impair testosterone production and increase estrogen levels. Small, consistent lifestyle adjustments add up over time, creating an environment in which testosterone can thrive despite the natural effects of aging. With this plan, men over 60 can protect their vitality, strength, and energy for years to come. Testosterone health after 60 is not simply a matter of fate, it's the result of daily choices. While age brings a natural decline, avoiding certain vegetables that disrupt hormone balance, choosing testosterone-friendly alternatives, maintaining a nutrient-rich diet, exercising wisely, sleeping deeply, and managing stress can slow this process dramatically. The key is understanding that small, consistent actions compound over time, preserving strength, energy, mental clarity, and vitality. By protecting testosterone, men over 60 are not just safeguarding a hormone, they are investing in their independence, resilience, and quality of life for the years ahead.